Greetings to all my dear students. I'm Monica. As you all know me as your English lecturer, it gives me immense joy and pleasure to welcome each one of you for the academic year 2020-21. This year is going to be a challenging one as we all are facing a pandemic situation worldwide. It is very uncertain about when we can get back to our normal classroom teaching sessions. But, anyways, thanks to social networking, where we can still reach out to you and teach you through these online classes. I hope you make the best use of these online teachings. So, today we begin our first English class with a legendary classical love story of Romeo and Juliet, written by world's preeminent dramatist, playwright, and England's national poet William Shakespeare. The great English dramatist and poet William Shakespeare is born in Stanford upon Avon. He was born on 23rd April 1564 and died on 23rd April 1616. You can observe here that he's got the same birth as well as death dates, which is very rare, and he was alive for 52 years. He wrote 37 plays and 154 sonnets. He took up writing beginning with poetry and then drama. His plays have been translated into every major living languages and are performed more often than any other playwrights. The national poet of England, William Shakespeare, is also called as Bard of Avon. His writings is useful in midst of all the criticisms because he has dealt with almost all kinds of emotions and feelings. Thus, his playwrights are adapted to modern times and very relevant even today. The given extract, Act 1, Scene 5, and Act 3, Scene 2, is from the play The Tragedy of Romeo and Juliet, which is a romantic tragedy. These verses expresses their implicit feelings for one another. So in Act 1, Scene 5, Romeo expresses his implicit feelings for Juliet when he sees her for the first time, and in Act 3, Scene 2, Juliet also expresses her implicit feelings for Romeo. So the entire extract or poem is about what they feel for the other. So first we'll understand what is the meaning of implicit. Implicit is to express your feelings or an emotion indirectly to a person. So here you do not directly express it, but you are indirectly expressing it to someone. Example, when a teacher walks into your class, you would stand and greet her as a mark of respect. So you're showing your implicit feeling, which is respect, indirectly by standing and greeting her. Now let's apply the same thing here in the poem. Romeo and Juliet expresses their implicit feelings for each other. It is very important for us to understand the background of Romeo and Juliet. The setting of this play is in Verona, which is in Italy. So, in the city of Verona, there lived two noble families, two noble and rich families. They were called the Capulet family and the Montagues family. Now, the facts about these two families is that they hated each other, they were staunch enemies, they were known as rival families. Now, Juliet belongs to Capulet's family and Romeo belongs to Montague's family. The opening of the play begins with a street quarrel between the rival families, they are the Montagues and the Capulets. Prince of Verona, that is Prince Aeschylus, he is very tired of the feud between these families and threatens both the families to death if they fight again. He mainly wants peace for the city of Verona because whenever both these families used to get into any kind of fight or quarrel, they would always harm the lives of common people. So Aeschylus was very much concerned about the peace for the city of Verona and he threatens both these families if they were spotted fighting again. Romeo, a Montague, was first in love with a woman called as Rosalind. This must be very shocking, but Romeo was first in love with Rosalind, and Rosalind breaks Romeo's heart by rejecting his love for her. But when old Lord Capulet, who is Juliet's father, when he hosted a grand supper, though Romeo belonged to the rival family, he attends the supper in disguise to see Rosalind because he was still trying to win her heart. And the fact about Rosalind is that she is Capulet's niece and Juliet's cousin. Romeo conceals his identity with the help of the mask and he attends the party. He hides his identity. He goes there in disguise so that nobody identifies that he is from the rival family, that is the Montagues family. The old Lord Capulet, who was Juliet's father, he hosted the grand party because he wanted Paris to meet Juliet. So the grand party was arranged for Paris to meet Juliet. Paris is a relative of Prince of Verona, that is Prince Aeschylus. He's a nobleman and he wanted to marry Juliet. But Juliet, on the other hand, who is just entered into her teens, has no idea about the reason behind the grand party. But when Romeo sees Juliet on the dance floor, he is fascinated by her beauty and he gets attracted towards her and starts expressing his implicit feelings. This is where the verse Act 1, Scene 5 begins. Romeo sees Juliet on the dance floor and is spellbound by her beauty, and he says, "O she doth teach the torches to burn bright, it seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady over her fellows shows. The measure's done, I will watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now, forswear its sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night." Now let's understand the poem line by line. In the first line, Romeo says, "The radiant beauty of Juliet teaches and inspires the torches to burn brightly. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright." Here he says that the beauty of Juliet is so bright that it ignites the torches to burn brightly. The second line, "It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear." Ethiopia is a place in Africa, and Ethiopians have a dark skin complexion. They are black in color. Here, Romeo compares Juliet's beauty to that of a diamond, which is a precious jewel and which shines or which highlights in a dark person's earlobe. He feels that amidst all the other ordinary girls, Juliet stands out like a rich jewel. In the following line, "Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear," Romeo says that Juliet's beauty is too good for this world and she is too beautiful to die and be buried. So shows the snowy dove trooping with crows as yonder lady over her fellow shows. Now, first we need to understand that Romeo refers to Juliet as snowy dove here and refers to all the other women, including Rosalind, as crows. Now, Romeo expresses that Juliet outshines the other women like a white snowy dove in the middle of a flock of crows. "The measure's done, I will watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand." Here he decides to wait till the present dance end and then go up to uh, Juliet, and he feels that the touch of Juliet will make his ugly, rude, and ordinary hands a blessed one. Now he humbles himself by referring his hand to be ugly, rude, and ordinary, and when he says that the touch of Juliet would make his hand feels a blessed one, shows that he is prioritizing Juliet to be above him. And the next line he says, "Did my heart love till now forswear its sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night." Now, did my heart love till now? He interrogates himself by this question that did his heart ever love anyone before this moment, before the moment he saw Juliet on the dance floor? He accuses his eyes lying all this time about real beauty and true love. After his encounter with Juliet on the dance floor, he realizes that although he thought he had loved Rosalind before, those instances were not of love anymore because he had never seen true beauty till that night. With this, we conclude Act 1, Scene 5.